Games, brains, and a headbanging life here. If you haven't had enough of us banging on about them throughout this Christmas holiday period, we've got more Majestica for you. We are now doing a reaction to The Joy of Christmas, the official music video for one of the best tracks of an album that is filled with brilliant tracks. I mean, it's absurd how much we both love this album. We have done a review, a combined review about it. We've talked about it in the tier rankings. We've talked about it accidentally in track by tracks.
I'm gonna get it tattooed to my forehead.
Yeah, this is the
best Christmas metal album ever produced, released, written, imagined.
Yes. And if you don't know, it's off the album A Christmas Carol, which is effectively a concept album telling the story of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. You should know that. If you don't know what A Christmas Carol is, no, that's impossible. That's impossible.
It's that shit with the Muppets.
Yes, it's that thing about Tiny Tim dying. Yeah. But yeah, this is The Joy of Christmas. Looking forward to checking it out. Haven't seen the video for this. It's pretty new as the time of recording. So let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I love it.
Another night working late for this cold, heartless man. They say his heart is filled with.
This is the mellowest track on the album.
Yeah.
All this time I wondered how it could have been.
It picks up.
It does, yes. But around this, everything is high-powered energy, so this is no harm to have this.
Nah.
Plus, it fits the theme of what the story is currently telling.
What a great voice he's got, though.
And it's disgusting.
You know.
And he plays a piano.
He plays the piano, and then he chooses to not be the frontman of a band, other than Majestica.
I mean, why? And he's got great hair. Trying not to talk over him singing.
Yeah.
Christmas.
This is one of the ones you don't want to get caught singing in the car, innit? Like,
Oh, when it's playing loud, you think you sound brilliant.
It's like when you do Halford's Oh Holy Night in the car. Oh, I like this. This is nice. To anyone watching this one alone, it is a sad version of it, but it's when you take the whole album in context.
I agree. I think one of the things they've done so well in a lot of the videos, and even the album as well, is that it does come across like a play.
Yeah.
You know? We go, oh, that looks cheesy or cheap. It's because it's supposed to be a play. I think the first video they released was Ghosts of Marley, and that really nails the whole play aspect. Fucking A.
Oh.
God, I wish I could play piano so much.
Only at Christmas, but yeah.
No, I love piano's always been one of my favourite instruments, but I am way too impatient to do that sort of thing this late in my life. Because where the fuck would I put a piano in this flat?
No, that's true. You one of the ones on your phone, yeah. I like that. Flick your hair back and you're all you got a guitar.
In another life, Meatloaf too, man, isn't it? That's what he is with the voice, the piano playing skills.
Yeah.
He even looks a bit Meatloafy.
I've never seen Meat with a guitar though.
Meat must be able to play guitar, right? Meat must.
I don't know, man. Be like Dino Cazares playing guitar, wouldn't he?
That looks stupid. Yep, throw a solo in, why not?
Waiting for it to appear and play the drums as well.
Yeah.
I assume he can do bass if he can do all this stuff.
But it's the done thing to have a band.
Yeah.
Love this bit. I mean, what more can we say? I mean, one of the here's the thing. It's like it's probably one of my least favorite tracks on the album, but that's like it's difference between here's a 10 out of 10 track and here's a 9.5 out of 10, where the little things I don't like. I don't even want to use those words. The little things are I just prefer the peppier numbers, but everything about it is amazing.
So that's the thing. I mean, like, you know, if you break it down to, you know, the individual elements of it, like everything's 10 out of 10. His voice, his guitar, the guitar work, the drums, the piano, it's all 10 out of 10. And the only reason that, to me, that would ever drop down to a 9.5 out of 10 is when you take it as a song on its own.
Yep.
And then I would be like, oh man, that's beautiful. But because it, you know, on its own, it'd be like, you know, I probably wouldn't come back to it 100 times. But when you listen to it in the context of that album, it's perfect. It's perfectly placed. You know, it's the bigger picture stuff, isn't it?
It really is. What's around at either side of it is where it comes. It's such almost relief to a degree. It's like, okay, I get to take a breath and experience a darker, colder, less cheerful side of this story. Even though you know the story is taking darker turns, how Majestica chooses to tell that story is done in a more bombastic way. So here you get a scale back, predominantly piano vocal driven, and you even get your little bit of power metal at the end and a solo thrown in. So it's kind of works perfectly in regards to that. But it's just
it's a beautiful song, man. It's a beautiful
fucking
song.
Voice. It's fucking voice.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's obviously you know, with all due respect to Sabaton, he's much more talented than I realized he was, because I didn't know an awful lot about him as an individual. I didn't know the previous iteration of Majestica, which were called Rain Seed or something like that.
Yeah.
Which had quite a few albums out I've never heard of.
Oh, okay. See, because I knew Majestica were quite a new entity.
They changed their name when they signed to Nuclear Blast.
Right.
But prior to that, you know, it was still Tommy's band, but they were called Rain Seed. When they signed to Nuclear Blast, they released one album, and then this is the second album. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
A lot of that bypassed me, to be honest with you. I didn't know that. I know this geezer as member of Sabaton. I listened to that, and I'm like, I love Sabaton. I absolutely adore Sabaton, but this geezer is probably the most talented member of that band. Like, fucking get him involved, mate.
Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's a great song. So check out the rest of Majestica album. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?